Hello, happy Sunday to you all. I'm a minute late, but hey, I am here. This is Shauna Marie Fisher here for my free Sunday night live mini animal communication readings, and I hope you all are having a great Sunday. It is like a beautiful fall day here in the Pacific Northwest in Vancouver, Washington. The weather has been kind of like off and on today. The skies have, oh, hey, Shanda, good to see you. The skies have been blue, and then it was raining, and then, kind of back and forth kind of day to day, but it's a beautiful fall day, and I love the fall, just like all the crisp leaves and just the coolness, and I love like fall clothes. I'm all about like hoodies and sweaters and scarves and boots and yes, all of that. Like it's always been my favorite season here. The girl that grew up in Long Beach, California, I'm all about the fall. Like rainy days were always my favorite there. So there you go. I guess it's perfect. I landed in the Pacific Northwest, right? So hey, Brittany, good to see you. And then Shanda says, I love fall. I miss it now that I live in Florida. Yeah, so in Florida, you don't really have, so it sounds like there's not really much of a fall there in Florida is what it sounds like. It sounds like maybe pretty sunny all year long there, maybe in Florida. I'm not sure. It sounds like maybe that might be the case. I was in Florida, oh my gosh, once years and years ago in Miami, I think. So yeah, I was really a quick jaunt. Oh no, not at all. Oh, that makes it hard, right? I love the four seasons. Like it's so nice. Not like the four seasons of band. Yeah, they're good too, but like having, spring, fall, winter, summer. Oh, it's my favorite. So, and it's funny because I just kind of entered them in the order that I really like. I love spring. I love fall. Winter is good, and summer, I'm like, it's nice, but I don't like it when it's too hot. I'm like, ugh, like anything above 80, I'm like, not this girl. Nope. And hey, Lee, good to see you, Lee. And Brittany, you're right there with me. Brittany says, I'm so glad that super hot weather has passed. Oh my goodness. Amen to that, sister. I am right there with you. I'm going to pull up my feed here on my phone so I can see who else is listening here. I always like to check and see, so I'll put this up here. So anyway, I hope you all are having a great Sunday. I'm looking at my hair. I need to get my hair cut. I need to get the color touched up. I just need to get that done. And Brittany says, we had some bad weather here last night, and my 5-year-old Shiloh protected our town. Oh, Shiloh. She told the storm to leave her town alone. Good job, Shiloh. Good job. I love that. Oh, my goodness. I love that. So sweet. Oh, my goodness. Hi, Alicia. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while here. Good to see you. So Alicia says, and I'm so happy I actually like remembered your YouTube handle, that your name is actually Alicia. Yay! So jazz hands for myself for remembering that. So you say, hi, why does my dog Winter just like to eat the canned food mostly when my daughter is sitting with her outside? And hi, Lisa, good to see you, my friend. So so she says that it's really fun because she's showing me like the way your daughter is like sitting there with her, and she showed me like your daughter is like, moving her hands and just kind of like sitting there with her and being like, oh, good job, Winter. And she could like feel the energy from your daughter, like, oh, good job, you're doing a good job, Winter, you're eating your food, you're doing so good. Like it's like the coaxing on, and she loves it when your daughter is outside there with her. She's like, yeah, she's like, that's my little person. She said, that's my little person. I love that. 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 So that's my little person. So yeah, so that's what I pick up on. And Winter's like, yeah, that's what I call my little person. And yes, Lee, you can definitely ask a question about a family member's dog. Please do. And hi, Carmen. Oh, and Shanda, oh, I'm so sorry, Shanda. So Shanda says, we had to surrender Reese, one of our chickens yesterday. She had a badly infected foot that we were trying to treat, and she was getting ready to lose it. My husband and I can't stop wondering if they amputated it or euthanized her. I just hope she knows we were trying to help her. I hope she's out of pain. Oh gosh, I'm sending you so much love, friend, because I know how much you love your chickens. Shanda has the coolest. Her and her husband have the coolest chickens. They're not like normal chickens, and I know that sounds weird, but they're like a specific like breed because the feathering on them is a little bit different. So I don't know, like, because there's different breeds of chickens. There really is. My parents had Bardrock chickens, and they're the black and white, and then they had red Rhode Island Reds, and then they had Aracanas. And so anyway, so there's a little chicken history, and I don't know, Silkies. Yes, thank you, Silkies. That's what it is that Shanda has. They're so cute, like, oh my goodness. So what I pick up on from from your girl, Reese says, oh, I'm sending you so much love, is what I pick up on is they were like worried about the infection. Like I keep just wanting to go up like this. Like I feel like they saw that it went up her leg a little bit, and then it like was kind of invading her whole body, and that that it wasn't able to be treated, that like wasn't been able to be treated even if they would have amputated it. Like it was just like deeper in there is what I'm picking up on. And she just says that I'm at peace, and I'm at and that I'm out of pain. And she says to just know that like you did what you needed to do to help her, and that she's glad that you took her there to get the help, because it was just too much. So she says just don't worry. She says don't look back and doubt what you did, because that's what needed to happen. So yeah, so that's what I pick up from there. And she says to like watch for little things, like she's had me do this with my arms, like watch for little things kind of fluttering around you. Like I see like little white butterflies and little white birds. She says that she'll send you those signs, and she's showing me like a special rapport that you guys had with her. And she says just know that like she only has love, and there's only love and only love and only gratitude. So that's what I pick up on for you there, my friend. Oh, so much love, so much love. And hello, Maggie. Good to see you here, Maggie. Let's see here. And let's see here. So I'm just kind of going in order. They come through different, since I'm streaming in 3 different places here. Let's see here. Brittany says, I have 2 questions tonight. First is about Cumulus, the indoor gray and white cat. I noticed some black spots and missing hair above her eyebrows, and the other cats seem to be beating her up. Any insight from her? Let's see here. And second question, does Cloud not like cats outside with him, or is he just playing with them? So the thing that I pick up on first is Cloud is coming through loud and clear, like my territory. Like I play with them, but then I tell them like this is my territory, and this is my territory, and I'm gonna like go like big like this. Cloud said it's me, and I'm like the big presence, and it's all about me, is what Cloud says. It's all about me. And then the indoor gray and white cat, is there something about yeah, right, Brittany, that's funny. The indoor gray and white cat, Cumulus, or something like, it's like a itchy kind of dandruffy, like kind of like flaky kind of thing. I just want to go like this, like an itchy, dandruffy kind of like flaky kind of thing. So see what kind of like oatmeal and oat shampoo or something you could get. There's something like that that's like, I just want to kind of like moisten things up a little bit. So see what kind of thing that you can get in there to kind of like help with that fur, to kind of like moisten it back up. So there's what I picked up with that. And then let's see here. Shanda says, oh, and you're so welcome, Brittany. My pleasure. And then Shanda says, you're so right on. It was going up her leg. I just love you, Shauna. You do such great work in our world. Thank you for bringing us peace with that message. Oh, you're so welcome, my friend. You're so welcome. It warms my heart to do this because to me, like, there's nothing better in the world than to be able to deliver these messages, to bring like peace and love. And I even have like tears in my eyes too, because I could just feel the love that you have there. And you know, the love that we have with our animals is such a beautiful and powerful thing. And there is no love like that in the world. Like, we have love like that with the people in our lives, but when the animals in our life, it is just something, there's something so special about it. Like, when people ask me like who was the greatest love of my life, it was not a person that I've been in a relationship. The greatest love of my life was my yellow lab Luna. She was the absolute love of my life. So you know what, and I'll find that one person that will be, you know, my person wherever he is, but Luna will always be my number one. My Luna, always my number one. So just felt like I had to say that. So maybe one of you needs to hear that. And then, hi, Jilly. Good to see you. Jilly says, nice to see you. Thank you for your kind words about our Billy, who we miss so much. Oh, so much love. I know it's so hard, you know, right? Because they're such a part of our life. Oh my goodness. And Brittany says, absolutely adore you. Thank you so much. Shared you out. Have a fantastic rest of your night. I'm off to bed soon. Oh, thank you so much, Brittany. And oh, I adore you too. Thank you so much, Brittany. I'm going to pop back up here, and hi, Maggie. And then let's see, I have a question from Alicia, and then Lee here. Sorry, just kind of jumped around here. And then Alicia says she has also been eating leaves. Why? She's showing me like put my hand in my mouth like this, and showing me, she's like, ooh, they like, I want to see like how they taste different. I like how they crunch. I like how they crunch and how they break up. I like how they crunch and break up. It's really fun for me. So she's showing me like that texture thing. So she's like, if you don't want her to eat the leaves, show her the other things that like she can eat that are like that crunchy goodness texture. So what she's showing me is like something like lamb's lung. So lamb's lung, it's probably like one of the most disgusting, stinky dog treats, but they love it probably because it is really stinky and ugh, this is gross. I don't like it, but I don't think I'm supposed to like lamb's lung, right? So anyway, it's like a really crunchy treat. So she's showing me like something that's like kind of flat and crunchy treat. If you want her to not eat the leaves, do that. Show her like a crunch replacement, she says, like a crunch replacement. So give me a crunch replacement. So let's see here. So Lisa says, how can I prepare Chloe for boarding? I will be leaving next Saturday for a vacation. So she says, oh my goodness, I love your Chloe. So she says, lots of extra goodness and lots of extra goodness of loves before you go on vacation. She's showing me like extra, like, she makes me think like, this sounds weird, that she just like got out of a bath and she has like a little like bathrobe on, and she's like cuddly times and some love times, like to have those extra love times and the extra special times. And she says, keep like reminding her before you go on your trip, just be like, okay, like I'm going to be going on my trip, you know, Saturday. So we have this day, and this day, and this day until I go on my trip. And then when you're on the trip, like keep checking in with her too. And that's like that mental check-in, because we can check in with them through our thoughts to their thoughts, right? Because a lot of times animals communicate with that nonverbal communication, that intuition. So just those thoughts, right? You know how sometimes you think about somebody and then they call you, right? Or you run into them or something like that, right? So just to have those thoughts with her and keep preparing and reminding her like, okay, I'm going to go Saturday, and just like all those little extra things that she gets every day before you go, and check in with her while you're gone. And she says like have them give her some special, like those special little favorite things that she likes at the kennel, like those special little things that she gets when she's boarding. She's like, I like the place I go. She says, my mommy has only nothing but the best for me. Nothing only but the best for me. So, oh my goodness, I love her. And hi, Judy, and hi, Una. Good to see you. And let's see here, and Maggie, good to see you. And then I have a question from Lee, and thank you, Lee, for your patience here. Lee says, her name is Layla. I noticed something when I was with her a few hours ago and just wanted to see if you picked up on anything. Not a big deal if not. Also, I got Bernadette's eye looked at, and the vet is pretty positive it's just a benign freckle. So, okay, cool. And Bernadette says, oh, she's like, oh, that was like weird when I had that looked at, but I'm really glad that you had that looked at because that was really important to see what's going on there. And Bernadette says like that's going to be like a every 6 months or every year checkup when you go to the vet to have them look at that eye to be like, okay, like has that freckle change consistency or anything like that, just to keep an eye on it. And she makes me touch like my arm right here. I have like a little lipoma, totally fine. It's not growing or anything like that. It's just a little thing that I have. And, you know, I keep an eye on it, and every yearly checkup with my doctor, I have them look at it and like kind of measure like, okay, it hasn't got any bigger. It's fine. So one of those things just to like, it's fine. Just keep an eye on it. And then, Layla, I picked up on something. I want to like lift up like my leg and my like right leg, and I want to like hold my right knee. Like it's something with that's like up with like my hip or my right knee, like my right back leg. Like I feel like there's something, it's like, it's like I want to like get up, but it's like there's something messing up my get along and my giddy up and my back end, and then my right back end, and then check my left front end, like by my left shoulder. Check my left shoulder is what I pick up on with Layla. So those last two things were for Layla. The only thing that was for Bernadette was just the eye thing. So I'm sure you got that, Lee, but just to clarify. So that's what I pick up. That's what I pick up there. So we'll see here. I'm just going to wait a minute for more of the comments to come through. So hopefully that makes sense, Lee. And here for any support that any of you guys need. And just for those of you that don't know, I'm here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time doing these live mini readings. So I'm going to see who else pops in. I know like fall weather's changed maybe. When people can tune in, and then also too, it's I think like Sunday night football is on, or is that on like Monday night? I don't even know. Shows you how much I pay attention to that. And today's 10-10. Like for those of you that like numbers, I think that's really cool. 10-10, and then you know what? Next month will be 11-11. I love that. I love numbers like that. So and then 12-12 after that, and then 1-1 in January. I could just go on. And let's see here. Lee says, oh, Bernadette hated when she shined the light in her eye. And definitely, thank you. Yeah, Bernadette's like, ugh. She's like, having to go like this. She's like, oh, like the light. She's so funny. But she's like, I kept an eye on you. She's like, I was watching you. And then, and definitely thank you. I'm not sure about the leg with Layla. Haven't seen her enough to really pick up on that. She had a big mole bump on her back that I was curious about. So, something about the mole or bump, like I get like it's the same thing with Bernadette, just to keep an eye on that and have her people watch it. And then if it gets like bigger or the shape changes, like have them look at that and have them look around the mole is what I pick up on. Like have them look around the mole. Like I'm going to go around and around, like have them look around the mole. So cool that you picked up on that, Lee. You're so intuitive, not just with people, but with animals too, my friend. I love it. And then Maggie says, nice to see what you do. It's after 10 here. Night, night. Oh, good night, Maggie. Oh, my goodness, right? That's late after 10. Ooh, and I love this. Shanda says, 2/22/22 is coming. Oh, my gosh. I love that. That is so cool. I'm gonna have to do something special on that day and look up the meanings of those numbers. I'm sure there's something with that. I love that. I think numbers are fascinating to me, and I love like numerology and all that. And did you know each year, I just learned this from my mentor, Sunny Dawn Johnston, each year has you have like a personal year number. So like there's your main number, like your life path number, but then there's also like your personal year number too, which is super cool to see like what is going on for you during that year. It's pretty cool. I love all that stuff. And Sunny has a great program called My Spiritual Biz. So if you're like a heart-based business owner and you want more support, like definitely check out My Spiritual Biz. Like Sunny and her team are amazing. The community of people in her community, amazing. And they're just so great. I love it. So there's that little plug. And hi, Carol. Good to see you, Carol. And then Carol has her page, Embrace Your Life Facebook group, and then Positive Focus. And then Shanda actually has a publishing company called Transcendence Publishing, where you can do like self-publishing, and that's really cool. It's Transcendence. It's TRANSDENCE. So that's really cool. And then Lee is under Lee the Medium, and then Carol, Positive Focus on Facebook. That's the page, and Embrace Your Life is a Facebook group. I always like to plug my friends. And then Shanda, I think, has the Transcendence Publishing on Instagram and Facebook. I know for sure on Instagram because I know I follow that there. And Lee, the Medium, Lee says, okay, thank you. That's what I thought too, to tell them to keep an eye on it. Bernadette also apparently had a really bad double ear infection. Oh no, she acted like she's been completely fine, laugh out loud, did not let in on it at all, but she has drops now. Oh, thank you, Carol. Oh my gosh, Carol's amazing. She's posting links. I love that. Thank you, Carol. And then Transcendent, TRANSCENDENT. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can spell. So yeah, so I'm sending so much love to Bernadette and her ears healing. And it's, interesting with cats, like cats don't always let us know what's going on. Cats are super stoic, and when something's going on with them, it's going to be a lot harder to tell because they don't always let in that something is going on with them. So that's why I always encourage people, even if people say like, hey, I have, an indoor cat, like I don't need to take them to the vet every year. It's still really important to do those yearly checkups, right? Because you do those yearly checkups for yourself as well, right? So why wouldn't you do them for your cat as well? So there's that. Hello, Patty. Oh my goodness. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. You almost forgot it was Sunday again. I know, right? I feel like, this week I've been like in a time warp, and it's like, wait, I just don't even know, just like a really weird time warp. So, but I guess that happens. So let's see here. Can Dutton fill us in on his rearranging of the tack on the fence? Oh my goodness. So what I pick up on from Dutton is he's showing me he didn't like where it was, and he was moving it. He's like, it needs to be more where it's not like obstructing my view. He's showing me that he wants it like in the center more, so he can see on this side and see on that side. He's like, I want it in the center more so I can see more to the left and see more to the right. He's like, don't block my view. I moved it where I wanted it, and that's what I did. He says, I moved it where I wanted it, and that's what I did. And he's like, thank you very much. Give me a carrot because I'm a good boy. Oh my goodness, I love Dutton. And he made me clap because he's like, see, I'm a good boy. I'm such a good boy. Oh my goodness, I love him. And hi, Denise. Good to see you. And Lee says, oh, absolutely, about cats. They hide it well. They sure do. She was due for her yearly, so I'm glad I brought her in, and they were able to catch the ear issue. Right, yeah, it's so good you're able to bring her in for that because it's so important, And, yeah, cats are so funny. They are so stoic. I can tell you, me, if I got something going on, I am not stoic. I do not have a high tolerance for pain. So there's that. So that's that. Just in case you wanted to know. So let's see here. Denise says, hi, Shauna. It looks like I'm selling I'm selling my house, and if the deal goes through, I'm leaving November 23rd, and I don't know where on earth I'm going. I have my black cat angel. Anything to know about this transition and what kind of place he wants me to move with me. There may be an interim place. Anything I need to know about the process that will that will help that what he needs and how I can reassure him. How is he doing? Anything I need to know. Thanks. So let's see here. So, oh my gosh, congratulations. Like, how exciting that this new venture awaits you, right? That it's just, I feel like you're just going to go where you're called. And the thing that I pick up from Angel is like, I want you to go find your bliss and your happiness and the place that speaks to you, the place that brings you joy. And, and you'll find that place, and maybe you'll like travel, and then you'll find the place and it'll be there and you'll know, and it just be like, oh my gosh, here's the place, right? You'll just know. So, Angel says, just keep me in the loop of that and let me know, like, okay, this is the interim place for now. And then we're going to go here, and just kind of keep me in the loop with letting me know what's going on. And that's, and Angel says, I'm doing really, really good because I'm really excited about this. It's like a weight has been lifted, and like freedom is coming to us because this is going to be better for us. Like, we're going to be able to find a place that is like more cohesive for us, because Angel says, if you're happy and you're in that place with those people that brings you happiness, that I'm happy too. And I see like more trees, and more kind of like foresty kind of mountains by you, and then other mountains too. So more like that kind of area, like with like like really good air to breathe is what I pick up on. So Angel says, okay, let's find our magical place is what Angel says. Oh my goodness, I love that. It's beautiful. And then let's see here. And then Lisa says, did Chloe? So hopefully that helps, Denise, and keep me posted and here for any support you guys need. And then see here, and hello, Kate, good to see you. And then Lisa, and you're welcome, Denise. You're so welcome. I'm excited for you. Oh my goodness. Lisa says, did Chloe enjoy the neighbors' music and party? Because she went outside and she enjoyed it, never barked at the kids, but she ran around the yard like she was a part of the party. She thought it was like fun because she was like, ooh, like I'm running around and they're having fun and I'm having fun, and like this person saw me and this person saw me and this person's admiring me, and it's like, it's fun, and I want to see like what drops and what I can like scrounge up from that. And she thought it was fun to watch the kids like kind of like jump around and run around. She showed me like people like jumping and like running around and playing and like chase and all that. And she says, oh my gosh, this is fun. She's like, oh, fun. She's like, my eyes all big. She says, this is fun is what she says. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love your Chloe Grace. Oh my goodness. I love her. So, let's see here. And speaking of party, Patty says, oh my God, he had a party for one. It was all over the paddock. I felt he was pissed about the diet and hay net. It's a lot more work to eat. He's like, yeah. He's like, it is more work to eat. And he's like, oh. And then he's like, that stuff obstructing my view too. But he's like, he didn't like where the stuff was placed. So he's like, move it like, like around the area where I moved it to. He says that's much better. He's like, we got this thing like working together. So he's like, you work with me, I'll work with you. He's like, do. You work with me, I'll work with you. You work with me, I'll work with you. Oh my goodness. I love him. And then, hi, Annette. Good to see you, my friend. Hello. So let's see here. Let's see who else is popping in here. I know it takes a minute for the comments to refresh. I'm kind of thinking like I would love to have your guys' vote. So I'm going to get my hair cut and colored here soon. And I was like thinking of doing something. I'm good, Annette. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing well. So I was thinking of doing something kind of Oh, just saying hi. Oh, good. I love that. Hello. It's always good to see you here. So I was thinking of kind of doing something different with my hair. I don't know if I do like more of like a maybe like a dark good. I'm glad to hear it, Annette. Do like a dark like medium brown or like a golden brown, or keep it like do a little bit lighter highlights. Or I was thinking of actually getting it colored burgundy when I get it cut and kind of trimmed up a little bit. I was thinking of kind of doing it burgundy because I used to have my hair burgundy before, and it's been many years since I've done that because I want to kind of do something fun and different. So I might do it like a little bit, I'll have it my hair be a little bit darker for the winter. So we'll see. So yeah, thank you, Annette. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm excited to do that. I always like to kind of change up my color, and because hey, it always grows out and you can always change it, and always kind of fun to do it. Although like the one thing I do like is I do like to keep it shorter because my hair is so thick that when it gets longer, it just kind of like weighs down like that, and it doesn't always look that great. So I definitely like to keep it a little bit shorter. It's easier to manage for sure. So I like to do that. And then I have them undercut it in the back. So underneath here, they shave it up, and then my other hair is on top of it. So you don't even know that it's shaved down in the back. And that's just to help because my hair's so thick, and it's like, oh, total game changer. I love it. So anyway, so there's that. So it's always fun to change it up and change my hair for the season. I'm sure a lot of you guys maybe do that as well, right? Change it up for the season. It's always fun. So who knows? Maybe next Sunday, maybe I'll have had my hair done if I can get in this week. You never know. So who knows? We will see. So you will find out, I guess, when I'm here next week if I was able to get it done. So I'll have to see about making a appointment here. And then and that says I vote burgundy. Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking too, like burgundy. I think it'd be kind of fun. I had it I love it. I had it burgundy before, and I loved it. It was like one of my favorite colors. And then Carol says I change mine about every 6 weeks. I love it, Carol. Your hairdresser is amazing and does such good work with your hair. I love it. So yeah, it was funny. So this is like, granted, I was in my 20s when I did this. So like hey Annette, good to see you. So I was, yeah, deep brown burgundy. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Annette, like deep brown burgundy. I would love that. I think that would be pretty. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I love it. So like when I first ever did my hair burgundy, like I was in my 20s, and it was so funny because my husband at the time, I happened to be married when I was in my 20s to my ex-husband. So anyway, he hated it when I had my hair burgundy, and so did my mom. And it was funny is like here I was back in my 20s, and that made me like love it even more. I'm like, ooh, they don't like it. I love it even more. I'm gonna like rebel. But I actually really did love my hair. I love my hair burgundy. It was really pretty. It just had that little pizzazz, and it was really like rich, and I loved it. And I liked the fact that they didn't like it. It thrilled me. It was just, what can you say? And hence I'm not married to him anymore. So there you go. So hey, there's that. So and let's see here. Patty says dark brown with burgundy accents. Yeah, that would be fun too. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely change it up because my hair right now, it's getting kind of like a little I don't know if the word is like tinny, or just I feel like it's kind of a little bit like kind of drab and blasé, and I'm like ready to like change it up and do something a little bit different. And then maybe what I'll go do when I get the color like that again, maybe I'll go get some hair tinsel again, because I haven't had hair tinsel put in a long time, and it looks really fun. and really pretty. So maybe I'll go get some fun hair tinsel too. Like really, really go for it, right? Why not? So maybe I'll go and do that. So woohoo! So there you go. I think the vote is deep brown burgundy and then dark brown with burgundy accents. So there you go. I will see what my my hair magic person can do. So so yeah, it's so fun. It's like it always feels good to get your hair done and do different and fun. Love it. And then Annette says, I'm getting mine cut and colored this week too. You are inspiring me. Oh, fun, Annette. Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Like maybe you try something a little bit different. That'll be fun. I'm curious to see what you do. And I love inspiring people. Like inspiration is like where it's at, right? It's like how can we inspire others and inspire ourselves and right and be inspiration and just be that and just that's what it's all about, right? I love it. So woohoo! Now I'm like getting all like inspired even more too by your guys's feedback. And it's funny because last time I had my hair done, I was actually talking to the person that does my hair about maybe getting it burgundy this next time. So I think that is on the agenda. I'm super excited now. And what's cool is you can see like the last times I've had her color my hair, I've had her like blend the gray a little bit. So that's probably like a little bit of the gray. And what's cool is having her blend the gray instead of like cover it all up. And actually the gray is growing back less now. So that is a good thing as you get older. Now, the one thing I wish would grow less, I don't know if any of you other women deal with this, is like I get the gray eyebrow hairs and it's like, like what do I do with those? But then also too, like on my chin, I get like the little like chin hairs and it's like, man, it's like, I hate that when that happens. And I hate that if I don't realize that I have like a little chin hair and it's like, I can feel it's like all stubbly, but that happens as you get older. I guess there could be worse things because at least it can be plucked or shaved out. So you know what? It's all figure outable as it is. It's all figure outable, right? So there you go. And hello, Charmaine. Good to see you. And hello, Darlene. And yes, right? Yes, and I agree. Yes, yes, yes. So my beautiful friend Darlene just got back from Sedona, and I'm so excited to hear about her her trip because that's like on my list. And yes, she says I'm glad to be home. I know it's always good to go on a trip and then be back home in our own like comfort happy zone, right? It's always good to be back home. So I agree with you. And then I love fall time too, and that like fall is probably my number one season, like fall and then spring right after that. Like I love fall, just the clothes, this changing of the season. Just the only thing I wish is that it would stay lighter later in the fall. That's the only thing I wish, but you know, that's okay. Maybe we'll have spring forward all year round, like Arizona does one time in the whole 50 United States, right? You never know. So let's see here. Patty says, I took T for a short ride and an idea and I want to know if he enjoyed. I used a bit less bridle to not hurt his teeth instead of a regular bit. So yeah, he says he did enjoy it. He's like, okay. He's like showing you like the times that you feel like you have to like kind of go back. He says that's when he like wants you to like really loosen it up a little bit, when you kind of feel that like with your hands, you can feel like the energy coming from him. He says that's like when he's like, okay, loosen up a little bit, like loosen up a little bit. And he says, you're really good about loosening up. And he says he liked the little less bridle, instead of like instead of his regular bit. He's like, ooh, he's like, I got some fire and pizzazz with this. He's like, I like this way better. He says, I like it way better. And it was a lot better with that than it was with the other. So he's like, thank you. Yes. Oh my goodness. And he's like, woohoo. He's like, see, Dutton, I gotta go for a ride, Dutton. So that's what he says. He's like, see, he's like, T cool style. He's like, T cool style. He says, oh my goodness, I love it. He's like, showing me if he could wear shades, he would. He's like, I'm that cool of a horse. He's like, I'm that cool. I'm so cool. I gotta wear shades. So, oh my goodness. And yay, Annette says fall is your favorite too. I love it. Yeah, it's just like it's the best, right? Like, and probably that maybe you're talking about the time change thing too. I don't know. So let's see here. And then Darlene says, cool, gotta keep him going, right? Yeah. He says it's good because he's like, it felt good, like to get that movement is what T is showing me. He's like, like it feels so good to like keep it moving. And he wants the lady that does the work with Dutton, the energy work magic, to do some like stuff with him. He's like, I want some magic. He says, bring on the magic. Like, I'm ready for some magic. Let's bring it on, is what he says. So there's that. And then Darlene says, does Millie want me to clear? She's pushing me away, and or does she want me to massage her arms? Oh my gosh. So what she says is, oh my God, I don't mean to laugh. So she's showing me like that she's like a cat. So you know how like a cat, like if you're like gone away on a trip and you come back home, they're like, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Like you're gonna have to like work for it to like warm back into my heart again. You're gonna have to work for it. You know, that's how like I would say like a lot of cats are. So she's saying, yeah, like you can massage my arms and just give me some love. And she's like, give me some love and pay attention to me. And then like, you know, and then I'll warm up and warm up. So she's like, just, you know, she says, yeah. And then Darlene says, oh my God, really? Yeah. Cause she's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's like, you gotta just like work for it. Now, she wants you to like tell her more about your trip. She's like, she wants you to like touch her and like take her like on the journey with you on some of the places you just went to in Sedona. She's showing me. But she says like, she's like, no, 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 you don't need to clear. She's like, all your systems are clear. She's like, all systems clear, all systems clear. So she's showing me that, like to do some of that massage and like, she wants you to just like love into her. She says, you need to work for it, is what she says. She's like, work for it, mommy. She's like, work for it, mommy. Work for my loves right now. She says, she's like, works for it. She says, oh my goodness. I love her. I love Millie. Oh my goodness. I love all your guys' fur babies. Oh my goodness. So, let's see here. Darlene's laughing. Yeah, she's just like showing me. She's like, yep, nope, like try harder. Just try harder, try harder. And she's like, let's do some special stuff this week. And she says she's glad you like came home and spent some time with her today. She says, I'm important and it's important for us to spend time together. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Let's see. And Patty says, oh, crap. He always seems like he wants her to work on him. He pulls up to the fence and tries to get in on it. I will have her do a session on him. It's only money right now. Laugh out loud. Funny. He's asking, right? I know it's like, it's expensive, right? When you have two pets. And I know horses, like the upkeep on horses is not like, you know, I know that's expensive. So maybe she might do like a special if she comes and works on both of them. Maybe she'll give you like a little bit of a break, like half the time on Dutton and half the time on T. And Dutton's like, hey, don't be taking away my time. But T's like, hey, I want some time too. So maybe she can like work out something with you to even give T like a short amount of time, because he's like, you know what? He's like, I'll just like take whatever I can get and I'll be grateful for that. So maybe she can do like less of a session with T, like, you know, maybe figure something out with you. I don't know. So there's that. So yeah, I get that. It's like, oh man, horses, I love them. So one day I will have a horse. It's on my list. I want to have a not like a riding horse, but like a pasture horse, like a retired horse. So that's my dream, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So let's see here, and of course it is Denise. Oh my goodness, of course. Is it okay to ask another question for me after everyone else has a chance? Yes, please ask a question. Oh my goodness. So if so, since you mentioned cats are stoic, is his health okay? Anything I should know? Thanks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I love, yeah, and thank you for asking that too. It's always, I always like to make sure everybody has a chance, but I'm always happy to answer, more than one question, because sometimes like things will like strike another question. And me, I am like the question asker girl. So in my community that I'm in, like the business community, people are like surprised if I don't have a question to ask, because usually I have like at least one, like sometimes a lot more than that. Like I always ask questions. So it's just my nature. So I love questions as well, since I'm always a question asker too. So what I pick up on with, let me just do like a quick little scan of Angel. So when I do like a quick little scan of Angel, as I like close my eyes, Angel pulls me back to like the back of my ears. So just like check the back of my ears and the back of my neck and like the back of my ears right here. Just make sure I don't have any weird like little like knotty knots in the back of my ears or on my neck right here, and just make sure like my neck feels like good, like it feels like that I feel like I'm looking straight ahead, is what Angel says. And like that you don't notice any like weird like ooh, like if you touch my neck or anything, that you don't notice any weird like, wait, like why is there that? And yeah, and it's like the skin spot he's showing me. It's like, yeah, so just yeah, so watch that. And he says, yeah. He says, keep being diligent with that. He says, like, that's the main number one thing. He says, like, that's the main number one thing, is that's the number one thing, is what he says. And you said, oh yes, there's a skin spot. So yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like, you bet there is. He says he loves how like, and hi Wendy and Abby. He says he loves how in sync you are. So yeah. And is it dangerous? He says, what I'm picking up on is like, no, and not if you keep an eye on it. So just make sure you check the texture and the consistency of it, and just be really mindful and diligent of that, and like, kind of see how it feels like when you push on it, like if, or like touch it, like if it has any different like consistencies of like shapes or anything, that kind of like if a mole changes shapes or color, you want to get that checked out. So that's what I pick up on from that there. So let's see here. So hopefully that helps. And Patty says, Dutton is the hardest horse for her yet. Oh wait, hold on, Patty, 1 second. And then Denise says, anything to heal it. So one thing I pick up on that will help with it, and I just want to like kind of close my eyes, and I feel like you're in tune to energy, so I don't know if you're like a Reiki master or anything like that, but even if you're not, like, it's all about the energy, right? So if you hold your hands like this, and then you bring your hands together, and then you bring them back together again, we can like, there's energy and there's like a vibration that we can feel in our hands. It's that energy, it's that healing energy that we can channel and that we're in tune to. So what I pick up on is just kind of use your hands and use your healing hands, and just kind of put your hands back there like this, just to kind of be like, okay, just send that energy through, and just shoo, just like send that energy through, like flow. Just be like, okay, that energy is just like shoo. Then just kind of go like that, and go like that, and go like that, and do that. And I feel like that will really help, and just definitely keep an eye on it, and just be like, okay, like I see it healing, and I envision it healing, and I envision it healing, and keep doing that. And that will definitely be really, really helpful, is what I picked up on there. And then Patty says, Dutton is the hardest horse for her yet. We have done 9 sessions so far on Dutton. So many layers of trauma and physical issues. She is determined, as I am, to get him comfortable and hopefully ride. Yes. I love that. And that's great, because she says, like love that you said that she's doing that, because Dutton says she's going to the core, and he showed me like all these like little boxes inside that she's like going down, and like, okay, she's removing that block. like removing that block to create like an open space there where it's openness, and there's like some other blocks that she's removing. Like, and he says she's removing the front blocks first and then going to the back blocks is what he says. And she's like removing that and working, and it's like, yes, 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 like it's amazing. And you know, he had a lot of that from before he was with you, and it's great that he's with you now, that you're working with that with him. Yeah, and it's like layers and layers. And he says like one of them is like almost clear now, that it's like that open box that's like opened up where it was like sealed up before, where it's more open. And so I'm glad you found her, because she is amazing. So yes, and he likes that like in-person energy healing that she's doing. He says he really, really likes that, and it really means so much. And then, yeah, Patty says, yes, layers. Yeah, lots of layers. Like, whoo, just like take those layers off. Shoo, take those layers off. And then Denise says, wow, thank you. You're so welcome, my friend. You are so welcome. Happy to help. I'm so happy to help. Yeah, and keep working on those layers, Patty. It's like you're determined, she's determined, and then that means Dutton's determined too. So if we will like work with the animals in our life, that like we're a part of their team, they're a part of our team, like that's how we like collectively all work together. And it's really magical when we can do that, right? Because they're a part of our team, we're a part of their team, and all of that, right? It's so true. So and Patty says, your stuff always matches up with what she says. My Dutton team. Oh, I love that. I'm just like, oh, I just want to like, oh, I love that. I love being on Dutton's team. And oh, I love that. And he said, you just took my words again. Oh, and I love that. Like, we're in sync, sister. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's see here. And Annette says, any messages from Lily today? So Lily says, oh, she's like showing me like this. She's like, more sleepy times. Like, don't get up so quick. Don't get up sometimes in the morning. Spend some more like cuddle times with me in the morning. Like, spend some more times just like laying with me, and I'm laying with you. And Lily says, I love that. She says, I love laying with you and you laying with me. She says, especially like on these nice, cool mornings, that I love that. You love me. I love you. And I really love that so much. She says, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. I love Lily. Oh, she's so sweet. So, and it's good to do that sometimes, to take those like extra minutes, you know, maybe set your alarm for 5 to 10 minutes earlier so you can have some of that time with her, because she's like, oh, I love that mornings times, and the evening times are good, but she's like, oh, the snuggle. She's like, I love snuggle. She's like, oh, she's like, I could just soak this up. She's like, oh, I don't want to move. And she's having me just go like this. Oh, I don't want to move. She says, she's like, I don't want to move. We said, laugh out loud. Yes, I was snuggling with her today. She is such a sweetheart. Aw. She is a sweetheart. I love her. Oh my goodness. I love her. She's such a good girl. So, and Patty says, thank you, Shauna. You're amazing. You are my top team member. Oh, thank you so much, Patty. That means so much to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we've stayed connected like all this time. Like, it's so cool. So I've known you like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long it's been now, but when I was first starting animal communication is when I met Patty. Actually, she was with me at it was the first animal communication class I ever took. Patty was in that class as well, and I got to connect with her horse that she had at the time, and we stayed in touch like this whole time. And that was, oh my gosh, back in the early 2000s. I don't remember. It was really cool though. That I love that we have we've stayed in touch, and I love being on Team Dutton and Team T and all of that on your team. I love it. So, and of course, yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. So, so there is that. So yeah. So it's so cool. I love Facebook, how it just, keeps the connection with people and how you can just stay connected with people. And I love it. I love Facebook. I'm so happy that it is here. It is like my favorite. It's probably my favorite social media platform is Facebook. So there is that. So anyway, I think I'm going to get ready to wrap it up, to wind down here for the evening and take care of a couple things I need to do. But anyway, I'm so glad that you are all here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Like, it means so. Oh, and thank you for the hearts. I love it. See, that's why I look on my phone too, because I love seeing all the hearts. It means so much. And you can ignore like any comment that you have that says somebody to private message. You can just disregard that comment. And I'm going to see if there is a way. Oh, look at that. I just learned something. I just learned something new, and I just blocked that person. So there we go. So I don't have anybody private message me for anything like that. And I just actually learned how to block somebody right here from StreamYard. So that was super cool. So look at that. So I actually learned that from another person I was watching this week, that you can do that right there. So thank you, Carol, for teaching me that, because I was on a live earlier with Carol and I learned that from watching her. So thank you, my friend Carol, if you're still here. And thank you so much for all of you for tuning in. And I will be back next Sunday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for my weekly free little mini animal communication readings. And thank you so much for all of you that listen live. And thank you so much for those of you that listen to the replay. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. And thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now. Much love.